Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vote and create wealth from within. What it do, what it do? Bam, bam. What's up, what's up, what's up? Real quick, I'm just going to come by here real quick. I know y'all out here doing y'all thing. And for those that celebrate this day on today, but what are we really celebrating? I mean, the stage is being set, y'all. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but I just want to make sure we all woke and we stay woke and we pay attention, because it's easy to get distracted and it's easy to go back to sleep, especially when you woke and you're not awake. When you woke and you're not awake, it's easy to go back to sleep. You know that in the natural. When you woke, somebody woke you up. You could still be sleepy and go back to sleep. But when you awake, you moving, you thriving, you going on about your day. Sleep is not in your forecast because you are awake. Okay. When we gonna stop participating in the annihilation of just humanity altogether? It behooves me that we out here celebrating this stuff. It behooves me that we constantly buy into the very people that absolutely have another agenda for our lives. That's human lives. It's not a black, white life. It's humanity. There's people sitting somewhere. You think they eating barbecue and watermelon and watching fireworks? They are not. Do you know that it is written that there are men who wake up and go to sleep plotting and planning evil? That's all they know how to do. And we wonder why they have an advantage point over us who are spiritual beings. They never cease from plotting and planning evil. Never do they cease. Today was a clear indication of that. Y'all want to talk about it? Let's talk about it for 5 minutes only. I mean, we know the scenario. Are you not sick of it? If you don't see that this is some type of something going on behind the scenes for these young people who look like, they 20 pounds soaking wet, seriously, like they got a kindergarten, education. You can just look at these men who they are portraying to say that these men are committing such acts of atrocity. And in real life, people are real life out here losing their lives. You cannot believe for 1 second, not one, that you got these many people. I mean, you notice that none of this stuff happened during the lockdowns. None of these things, and I'm not making light of the situation. At the end of the day, there's some family members whose lives will be permanently altered. There are some family members' lives right now whose lives has been turned upside down in a blink of an eye. I'm not making light of the situation whatsoever. I'm just saying, because I have a right to say, that you got to look deeper into what you're seeing. I mean, starting from them canceling all of the flights for people to travel on one of the busiest traveling days in America. In summer, they know people want to travel and get together. And then you use the situation and the scenario to push an agenda. We need to have rifles off of the streets right away. We need to have guns confiscated, high powered guns. And now, don't get me wrong here, okay? I don't like weaponry at all, even though I own several of them. I don't like them. I wish we lived in a world where we didn't have to have them, because I don't feel that no man has the right to take life that didn't give it. I really don't. Nevertheless, I'm not a murderer or a killer, but I am a defender, and I will defend my family to my dying breath. And I think about those people who were slaughtered. Again, children and grown people slaughtered. And I think, had they had some type of protection, could that help aid in saving their life? And you want to take away? I mean, you're not really wanting to solve a problem. Because if you wanted to solve a problem, a real problem, then you would be educating and doing all things, all manner to make sure that people are not having a need to get guns. You would make the playing field equally for those that are impoverished out here committing crimes. You would get those who need help and stop giving people who actually have what they want to disguise it as mental illness, who is possessed. Get them some real deliverance. When you have people walking in their God-given power and authority, then you can get some real deliverance going on, and you would stop temporarily suppressing the situation and adding other, behaviors to the medications that they're taking. If that's what you're going to use, if that's the card you're going to use, then you would stop giving them medication that actually causes them to have another action to a reaction. They take medication for anxiousness, or they can't sleep at night, but this medication gives them depression, suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts. I mean, come on now. You're just suppressing it. You never ever dealing with the situation, and you want us to believe that somebody that is sick can actually function in mainstream society. What if there was a shortage on medicine? What if there was no medicine being distributed? Then what? We gonna be stuck with a whole bunch of bloodthirsty people? Is you serious? And then you want to confiscate what we have to protect ourselves against folks who are using machines on humans. Guns are machines. And it don't matter how much you love the Lord. He even gave a command. When I'm with you, you don't need all of this, because I am all of that. So that's why they didn't need no money bag. That's why they didn't need no purse. That's why they didn't need no coat. That's why they didn't need no shoes and no sword. But baby, when he left, he said, for those who don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy you one. Why? Because any man or woman who does not protect their family is worse than a regular unbeliever. Why? Because God is a father who protects his children. So when you are not protecting and providing for your children as the male or the female that's having to take on the role of being the parents to a child, then you are worse than somebody who don't even believe. You might as well be an unbeliever, because you are worse than them. And you think that we just gonna keep going into supermarkets and they just select who they want to put in, and then in that moment, this was, look. Whew. Now y'all know this was not real. I know y'all know this was not real. The situation is real. The lives lost is real. But y'all got to be wiser than this, my brothers and my sisters. You have to be wiser than this to be able to see that there's something greater underneath this. And no, that ain't no creepy, spooky, whoa, this is no, baby. We pass all of that. If you dumb, you just dumb because you want to be dumb. We pass all of that conspiracy. We pass all of that. We way past it because now it's blatantly in your face. We beyond that. But now I will say this. Me as an individual, just a regular schmegular individual, that's all I am. I don't claim to be nobody great or deep. I'm just a regular schmegular, right? But I'm a regular schmegular with a brain and some common sense. Now, if y'all been pushing a narrative, and this is just what I want to help enlighten everybody that's under the sound of my voice. A house divided against itself cannot what? United we stand, divided we what? Somebody talk back to me real quick. A house divided against itself cannot what? Right? And united we stand, divided we what? Thank you. So, if we are divided and we cannot stand, and if we are divided and we will fall from being divided, then I want you to actually look into what's happening. Because it's a preparation, a civil war. I'm just going to say it. I don't care. You know what the Civil War going to be about? The stabbed versus the unstabbed. The right to life versus the right to the ones that don't support the right to life. Pro and whatever the other one is. Pro-life and pre-life, or I hate life against life. I don't know what they call these things, but you're going to have two parties. I want y'all to check out this game that they playing because they setting the stage. Oh, this is the real Hunger Games. I need everybody to go back and watch that movie if you ain't watched it in a while. And even if you have, rewatch it again. I want you to see the narrative, okay? We're going to put these people into a ring. And we're going to give this person that, and we're going to give this person that, and we're going to make them fight each other. Oh, this is real Hunger Games in live and living color. This is The Purge in live and living color. This is what they told us years ago when they was creating movies to entertain us, to get it into our psyche so that it becomes a, oh well. You so dumbed down to it, like your subconscious mind is so dumb. Oh, that was just a movie. So that when it's happening, you don't even see it. I said, this is going to be a civil war. What kind of civil war is it's just like a game of chess and Monopoly, if you ask me, because they sitting back and they control the board. And we are the objectives on the board. We the little pieces. We the little cars and the little horses, and we the little choo-choo trains. We the little pieces on the board. Now notice that the owner of the board is never involved in the game. It's the opponents or the pieces fighting for places of positions. Fighting to make it to park, whatever the parkway or park boulevard, whatever that is. Fighting to own some oil. Fighting to own some railroad, fighting to own some house, some Connecticut's and some New York's, fighting to own property. Okay? So now they have created a narrative where we're going to divide, because we know if we divide, we conquer. And we know if they divided, they fall. So we're going to get them like this. It's going to be the poor versus the rich. We're going to hit them with this. Black versus white. We get them divided like that, so they never come together and they never stand together and they never see us. Perfect scenario. Like they're having a good time. And then we'll get them with this. Masked, unmasked. And if that doesn't work, we'll get them with Crips and Bloods. Democrats and Republicans. We'll get them divided with that. And we'll get them divided with religion. One will believe that and one will believe this. And that'll work. And not only that, we'll get them divided with shot up versus the unshot up. Oh, we'll get them with that. Yes, absolutely. Green life versus, oil and refineries. Clean green versus refineries. We'll get them with that. Global warming versus non-global warming. We'll divide them with that. Yeah, that'll work too. Pro-gun versus guns, or pre-guns, whatever they want to call it. For guns and against guns. We'll get them with that. And the saga just continues. And the stage is being set. Why? Because you know what's going to happen? The two parties is going to collide soon. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get them all stirred up and emotional. They use a situation today. How ironic. They have dates that they plan things. They have dates that they plan things. And then you wonder why people out here going ham to try to get people to wake up. I don't care what color you are. Do something. Because the God that I serve was always and will always be victorious. Always. You may have to do some uncomfortable things, such as leave your kindred men, your family and your kinsmen and the land of your father. And you may have to do some hard things. You may have to sow in the middle of a famine when you don't see no water to water your seed. You may have to do some crazy things. Go borrow some jars so you can put oil in them that you don't even know you don't have enough for. You may have to do some crazy stuff. But it'll save your life. If you do it, it'll save your life. How can one creep up on a man that's prepared for the creep up? If I'm aware that you getting ready to come into my house and try to harm me, guess what? I ain't sleeping. Baby, ain't gonna be no tired inside if I gotta drink 50 cups of coffee to stay up and wait on you. Why? Because I want to be one up on you and you not be one up on me. That's in the natural. What is wrong with it spiritually? You don't see where this is going, that you actually take a situation today so atrocious, so grievous, that people lost their life, blood everywhere. Kids talking about they never want to go nowhere else ever, never again because they don't feel safe. And you use this day to push a narrative that we got to take your guns. No, why y'all have not advocated for folks to be armed? Why you haven't lifted up laws and standards in cities and states that don't let people have the right to carry? Tell me that, because we can solve a problem. You run up on me with a gun and I got one, then somebody ain't going home. It's called defending myself and making sure my family know how to defend themselves. And everything I'm saying is biblical. I don't know which word y'all reading. I don't know who you believing in. I don't know any of that. But I'm telling you, the Sons of Thunder wasn't called the Sons of Thunder for no reason. Paul wasn't no punk. He put them in their place, killed them. David was a warrior, baby. They fought many battles and won. So did Samson, okay? They were told to beat down a particular race or group of people who were blatant Satanists, demonic to the core. Do you understand me? Take them out. They in the promised land. They were called the Canaanites and the Amalekites and the Jebusites. I don't know what God y'all serving. But when Yeshua came on the scene, it didn't mean he came on the scene and made everybody a punk. There's still some warriors existing in this land. Do you understand me? He didn't say, okay, well, my son came, so you know what? I'm not gonna birth no warriors no more, and those who skilled men. You know, I'm not gonna birth no more arrows no more. I'm not gonna birth no more weapons in the earth for me. I'm just gonna. That's gonna be good enough. I don't know what is wrong with y'all. I don't know what y'all done heard, but you need to relearn. You need to get all your mind from all the stuff out of your mind that was implanted in there that you don't know for yourself. All the stuff that was planted in there by another man, you need to undo it. You need to purge that out of your mind. And you need to sit down and reread and reread and reread again and constantly be reading and watering yourself with the word. Because that's why I have a problem. Why you always messing with Christians? Because they ain't real. And I don't like anything fake. That's why I can't be fake. They can be the nicest, sweetest people. Those Christians can believe in God and cuss you out in the same token. Those Christians don't really represent the king that I serve from my kingdom. That is why it is pathetic. And that's why you got a whole bunch of people running around talking about, I'm over here worshiping this and I'm worshiping the trees, and you just got to get in tune with they worshiping everything else but the creator. For all you scientists, that's scientifically proven. If there ain't no God, then who made all of this? Who made you? Who did that? Who's in control of your breath? Because see, Divok 19 showed a whole bunch of people you ain't even in control of your own breath. Talking about you control your body. You ain't even controlling your own breath. Breathe. It requires the breath of the Almighty moving through your lungs. It's the breath of life. Without it, you can't breathe. Trust me. We just seen the millions of them who couldn't even control their breath, had money and money couldn't even control their breath. You ain't self-made. Self what? Now you out of line. You rebellious. You in rebellion. And that's why you going to suffer as the rebellious people are suffering. Want to know how I have the authority to stand in this position? Because I ain't of the world. And I ain't doing none of that. I'm following the master creator. See, you can never just get in a car and drive it without reading the operation manual. You can never read a book without reading about who wrote the book. You can never put together anything without reading the manuscript. You got people trying to read and worship everything under the sun but the creator. And wonder why they out here falling off the way that they is. You're going to keep on falling. I'm going to be the one that say it, especially for those who don't want to hear it. I don't give a hot diggly dog. I don't. You're going to hear the truth. Well, why is you bringing up God? Because he the one who helping me prepare. I can't give credit to no other man. Nobody else. He didn't want to open up my eyes and see all the wickedness around. Because without him opening up my eyes, I'd still be asleep like a whole bunch of other people. Worried about R. Kelly and everybody else. While the sword is at your doorstep. I've had to do some very uncomfortable things for the last 2 years. Very. I'm not a person that spends all of my time out with other people. I'm very introverted and I love spending time with my family. That is my greatest assets, my time and my family. So I don't even like people. What people don't know. I don't like people. I don't like being bothered with them. I've had to humble myself and do things that I don't even want to do, things that I am uncomfortable doing. Why? Because he told me you better get prepared. Now, y'all done played games long enough. I done let y'all have y'all wait and go all the way around and worship and sage and all this other stuff. But I'm telling you right now, what's coming, you ain't ready for it. And people better get in alignment, proper alignment, divine alignment, or they will not make it. So you're going to choose today whom you going to serve. You're going to keep on doing what you're doing, or you going to serve me. If you choose to serve me, then I will lead and direct all of your ways. And I will make sure that no hurt, harm, or danger come nigh unto you. That's my word. That's my provision. That's what I will do for you. If you follow my ways, if you hearken unto me, if you obey what I said, then I will do what I said. It's called a covenant. But the problem is so many people want to do what they want to do. In the time of obscurity, where you ain't got time to be playing, people still want to be playing. Why? Because they sleep. And those are the people that's going to perish. How do we think innocent people, hordes and hordes of people? I mean, do you know how many people used to fall? Innocent people? You know anything about the word? When David counted them men, it was maybe 3,000, 4,000 men, innocent men died for what? Because when God says something, there ain't no changing it. Whatever God says is final. And so I laugh at those be like, only God can judge me. Well, you big dummy, because his judgments are final. See, you might want my judgment. I have the ability to judge you, especially if you proclaim to be a believer. Now, the world I can't judge because they don't know no better, but I can warn them. So therefore, when I warn them, now they are aware. But if they are not professing to be believers, then I can't judge them. The judgment will be with the judge. But for those that are professing to be believers out here and you sick as hell and you broke it in a joke and you are powerless as a roach, I can't respect you. I'm coming for. Because how in the world did you sit around and know that your children will be dragged off into this system and do nothing? And you clearly see the stage that is already set. We just playing a game now. The stage being set. We could have reversed it a long time ago if we would have stood up. But instead, we still want stuff from them. The very people, who don't give a hot dog about you. A hot dog. They don't care about you. They don't care about nobody but them. That's it. And they use people to play people against each other. Just so you won't find out that it's them. They use color and they use race and they use gender. And all this foolishness against each other. And nappy hair and straight hair and brown eyes and blue eyes. They use all this stupid stuff to keep your attention off of them. But lollipops get licked and I ain't no sucker. Blow that up shorty's behind because I'm too tall for that spiritually. I see you because my viewpoint is different. I'm not looking at the situation, looking upward. I'm seated in heavenly places, far above principalities and powers and rulers of darkness. I'm seated above you. So I'm looking down at what you're doing. And I am able to prepare that way. I see your movement, so I know what moves to move around, as in a game of chess. Oh, y'all planning this? Well, let me go over here and do this. Oh, y'all plan. Well, let me make sure we good over here. Oh, y'all done jumped over here. Okay, well, I'm jumping over there. And we going to keep jumping on this board because I'm not tapping out. Y'all don't see what's happening? We still out here trying to look at fireworks. Do you know how much money they made for today? And how much money you going to have left after today? Do the math. Is it a win-lose situation or a win-win situation? That these people got something for you to consume every month. And you barely making it every month. You got more month than you got money. You got more bills than you got whatever. Peace and everything. You got more bills than anything. But yet and still, we still tend to. They already know these days. On these days, it's going to be, a record-breaking number because we got these many people that is traveling, and we got these many people that are buying and consuming, and we got that's all people is doing. You consuming airfare, consuming gas, you consuming outfits, you consuming food and charcoal and beer. I mean, the rich is getting richer, and it's sickening. It is absolutely sickening. And where do that leave us after we're done consuming? Man, dang, I sure hate to go to work, man. I enjoyed that day off. You going back to the plantation to the next holiday next month where you gonna consume again, okay? It's called back to school month. Where you're going to be buying some backpacks and all of this stuff and notebooks and pencils and papers, and you're going to be making their pockets fatter while making yours poor. Then they're going to turn around and hit you again in September for Labor Day. We out here celebrating this stuff for what? Independence Day, because who free? You're not even free to say what you want to on these platforms. Who's free? I will wait. If you want to tell the truth, your truth, you cannot do that. Who's free? I will wait. Because if we was free, we would be free to keep our protection. We will be free to say whatever it is that we need to say. We will be free to worship without them calling us hateful and saying what God said. We will be free to do that. Who's free? I will wait. We're celebrating what? How do we even know that story is real? I mean, you got to think about everything. How do you know 5 + 5 is 10? Because they said it? How do you know that? How come 5 + 5 can't just be 5? We don't know half of what we've been taught. Why are the days named Saturn Day and Monday, Tuesday? And have we ever figured this type of stuff out? Because we just go along with the flow. We just say, yeah, they telling us the truth. And they've been punking y'all and screwing y'all with no Vaseline for a long time. Families and lineages. And the only reason why I say y'all, because I'm done with them screwing me. They used to have me bent over too with no Vaseline, but I got tired. And I stood up. So that's the only place I can say y'all from. But do you know how much money they made alone on fireworks? Got folks out here popping fireworks for what? What's the purpose behind popping fireworks? Because they said so. Because they said this was a day that we became free. Well, who's free? You know the little anthem? and liberty and justice for all. Well, there's a whole bunch of injustices happening to a whole bunch of people in America, so that's a lie. With liberty and justice for all, justice for all? Are you really serious? We sing these Star-Spangled Banners. God bless American land that I love. I mean, come on, we got to get up. I hope y'all see where this is going and do something. I ain't even gonna bother y'all tonight. I'm not. Because what I will say is when you want help and you want to get out of this rat race and you want to get out of this hellhole and you actually want to get something, then you know who I am and how to holler at me, okay? That's what I will say. I don't have to come here and sell y'all nothing. I don't have to come here and serve y'all nothing. Somebody is going to get it from you, whether that be me or them. But you're going to give it. And you're going to spend it. Whether you choose to use it to do something for your family moving forward or use it to do something for your family temporarily, that ain't going to help you moving forward. That's your choice. All I'm simply saying is this, and I'm going to shut down in 1 minute. If you can't see that a stage is being set, at the end of the day, ain't nobody going to be able to say that they didn't know. Why? Because you got too many people like myself. We weary, battered and tattered, bruised, tired of beating dead air, but we still sounding the alarm. And we still trying to see if we can shake the tree and at least get one more nut off the tree and then one more fruit off the tree. If we can just at least rescue one, change one more mind and change one more life. We're not even going for the masses anymore because the masses are asleep. The masses have been lulled to sleep. They believe everything the celebrities, and the rappers and all that stuff who live fake lives and rap about fake stuff. They believe that type of stuff. They believe that having jewelry and all of that stuff gonna help you eat. I promise you, I ain't never seen nobody eat gold and silver and live. Can't eat them teeth you got in your mouth. Can't eat them rims, baby. All that stuff that make you think that you got something going on because you got that. That stuff can't save you. Your car can't save you. You got a vehicle in your yard that costs $40,000, $50,000 and you don't own a house. That junk can't save you. It cannot. Because if you ain't got no money to put in your gas tank, then it is what it is. I came by here to say this. I said it last year. I said it the year before that, and anybody that's been following me that long can testify. If we think we're seeing deaths unprecedented, then just brace yourself. And I don't like anything dead. I'm truly cut from my Father's cloth, who wills that no man die, who wills that no man perish, but that all shall come unto him. I don't like anything dead. Animals, I don't like seeing stuff dead. I don't like anything dead. Flies, none of that. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. But what I do know is that the Most High have warned me so that I can prepare. You're going to see it and you're going to see it unprecedented. And sometimes because of what I see spiritually, because of what I see coming, pumpkin, have not I, because you are one on here, have not I, under the unction of the Holy Spirit, spoke the very things we are seeing right now? Have not I? Have not I? Before it even happened, because he showed me. I spent a lot of time in relationship with him, not in relationship with the sun and the moon. In relationship with him. I want to hear your voice. I want to know your ways. Where are we going? Where is us? Make this make sense, because I'm a human being at the end of the day. I remember when we were in the house I believe it was a solemn assembly, and I remember saying on the stage, we dismantled the nuclear weapons from Russia. What are we being threatened with now? Who remembers that? I said, we're going to hear about it and see about it on the news. I see something happening over with Russia with nuclear weapons. I remember that. The Father brought that to my remembrance. Why does the Father do that? Why did I say that? To tell you that I'm some prophet? I don't even have prophet assigned to my name. My works speak for me. I don't have to say who I am or what I do. My works will do that. My fruit will show that. I ain't never told nobody. And only wear a doctor because I earned it. It is a degree that I have. Okay? So that's it. I don't have to tell you who I am. My work will show who I am. But the very things that we see happening now, I saw them 2 years ago. That's why I'm not bothered. I remember sitting here weeping for days and weeks and months because of what I saw spiritually. Crying and moaning and groaning with words that cannot be uttered. Because he showed me what was coming. And that's why I start praying, Father, how can you help me so I can help them? Because of what I saw was so devastating. And I said, how am I going to make it seeing this? How am I going to make it? I don't like dead stuff. Father, prepare me because I can't. I never could imagine. So I spent years crying and asking if anybody don't want to do it, Father, whatever I got to give up, I'm willing. What do you want to show me? How can I help your people? I prayed that for years. How can I help your people? How? Father, show me. You are no respecter of persons. Fasting, sowing. How? Father, begging, pleading. And all the while he telling me the whole time, they don't want me. They don't want anything. They don't want me. They don't want anything. They don't listen to me. They're not going to listen to you. I'm steady pleading and begging to the point of me getting reprimanded in the spirit. By God. I'm going to let them wear you out. And you're going to come back to them. I should have listened. Okay, I'm going to let them wear you out. I'm going to let y'all come on, let's pray. They don't want me. Well, okay, I'm going to let you. Y'all want to pray? Because what I do know is when we lift up our voices, things change. Y'all want to come together and pray? Quiet. Y'all want to get together and stop this? Y'all want to make a sound that will pierce the kingdom of darkness? Do y'all want to do what used to work alone? Do you want to do that? Nobody will show up. Nobody. He says, see, I told you, they don't want nothing. Even now today, I see that when I say who want to come out of the beast system, it says to be a part of the world or love the things of the world. You become an enemy to the Creator. I don't want to have no attachments to the world. Why? Because those that are attached to that world, they going to suffer, and they going to suffer something serious. I'm good. I'd rather not. If I got to die eating grass, the animals eat it, then so be it. I will not compromise to that system. I don't care what people believe. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that once you cross over like that, there ain't no coming back from that. If I ain't got nothing else to do but trust you, so be it. I'm not afraid. So because I took that stance, he will not withhold any good thing from you. Not one. And he began to show a woman that was on food stamps in Section 8 that did not graduate until her oldest daughter graduated with a GED. Okay, come from the hood. tat it all up, come out of the foolish things of the world, the foolish one. He took a foolish one and led me into secret places with hidden riches to sit with people who I didn't even qualify to sit with. I didn't look like them, smell like them, talk like them, come from where, and get the wealth that was in their mind. And he said, that's how you going to help my people. He didn't say, I want you to go and get it all by yourself. And then you tell them, hey, I got some big thing. He said, he gave me strategic strategy. He said, I want you to see how I used to do it, and I want you to do exactly what, because I am the same today, yesterday, and forevermore. I never change it. I am God, and I change it not. And if it worked then, it's going to work now. And I always raised up one leader. David was the leader, but the children of Judah and Jerusalem, those were the people. Those were the tribes that came together to make it happen. I raised up Nehemiah, but he called forth the men and the women of Judah and Jerusalem to come forth and do a work that only they could do together. Moses, same thing. With the 12, all of them, the same pattern. He said, now after I showed you how to do it and structure it, now I need you sounding the alarm and calling forth the men and the women that are assigned to build. Because I said that I will always have a remnant in the earth. And I don't care what the devil is doing. I will always have a remnant in the earth. And no devil in hell can stop that. And that is what he is doing in this hour. And we're missing it. See, the watchman's job is to sit up on top of the watchtower because they can see the danger coming from afar. They have a different viewpoint. If everybody's on the ground, they can only look over the gate. But if you at a heightened elevation, you can see far beyond. And that is the purpose of a watchman. I am a watchman. I'm telling you that the sword, they are there to tell everybody in the kingdom, they come and they getting ready to raid. Take that position, take this position, stand on this wall, stand on that wall, go out around that way, go down that way, be on prepare. Do you not know what is happening, my brothers and my sisters? This is not about how you feel. This is not about you. This ain't even about what's in your bank account. This is about purpose. And this is about what the Most High God is doing in us. And he don't need your excuses, and he don't need your procrastination, and he don't need your slothfulness, and he don't need your slumber. He don't need none of that. He needs you in position, not questioning him, but trusting him with your whole heart. And knowing that the Most High God will not fail me. He has not failed me, and he ain't going to start today. He brought you out when you were stuck. He delivered you when you was in trouble. He ain't going to fail you now. He ain't going to get here to this day and say, oh, you know what? That's too big. What they doing is too big for me. And now I got to fail you or drop the ball. Come on now. So with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go so that my kids can get ready to go to sleep. If you are part of that kingdom initiative, then you know what we're doing. And the reason why I keep showing up is because we gonna need a tribe. Gideon only needed 300 and they defeated millions. Jehoshaphat was the same. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He ain't gonna change in our generation. The people change, but he doesn't. God is looking for his sons and his daughters. It says the earth is groaning for the manifestation. That means the arrival, stand up, of the sons of God. Not gender sons, sons of God, the children of God, both male and female. He created them. The earth is groaning, earthquakes in diverse places, violence and blood. The earth is groaning for the manifestation We want everything else to manifest. No, you manifest because the earth is groaning for the manifestation of the sons of God. It is a kingdom takeover. And if you get yourself in position, God will bless you far exceedingly above what you could ask or think. Why? Because you got purpose, not to bless you for you to go sit up somewhere and live this high life on some high horse, but for you to do kingdom. Because he said, my kingdom come and my will be done on earth, not when you get to paradise, as it is in heaven. We got work to do. The hour is dark, and we supposed to be the light, the illuminated ones. Everybody want to be woke with their 40 eyes and 50 eyes open and all this crazy stuff. But you ain't even living what you proclaiming. And that's called being a hypocrite. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to say that God is not a God who can heal. And God is a God who can heal and I'm sick. Excuse me. Not to say that you ain't going to go through a trial of infirmity and come out victorious. Not to say that. Not to say that we are not tempted. You got to go through things to get keys to open a door. You got to go through things to get power to overcome and free the other captives going through. You have to go through those things. But I ain't going to be preaching about no rich, wealthy God and I'm broke as a joke. And poor as I don't know what. I don't have no power to help nobody. I ain't have no money to feed nobody, to help somebody out of a situation. That's a joke. And you know what the Most High is doing? He taking down thrones and dominions and lifting them up. Which side of the totem pole will you be on? Yeah, they done already planned Queen Elizabeth. That right there is prophetic in itself. That throne is coming down. They didn't already planned her obituary. Go look it up. Nature and earth will prophesy to you by itself. There's a new sheriff in town, and you know what? We on the winning team. And I don't care how bad it looks. I don't care what it looked like. We on the winning team. And the Most High is the Most High over all. Even with Satan out here doing is allowed and permissible by the Most High God. He's still the boss. So the boss is speaking to his colony and saying, look, this is what I need y'all to do. And I need y'all to go plunder them because I gave you the ability to do it. I need you to go take back everything they just hijacked from y'all so that y'all can build. I need y'all to go do that. I need y'all to have something in place because they have created a system to ensnare my people. We know they didn't create a system. We know they ushering in a system. And what are we doing? We have no system. We're supposed to be transporting the kingdom of God here on earth as it is in heaven. For those who don't want to be a part of the system, we're supposed to have a system. It's called kingdom culture. Why are we not doing nothing? Why? We just gonna let people die, Sway? And then we think we going somewhere good? I wish you would. You're gonna stand there with bloody hands. I gave you gifts and you didn't do nothing with them. You lazy and wicked servant. I gave you the power to get wealth so that you may set prisoners free, open up blinded eyes, give liberty to those that are bound. I said, I'll take pleasure in your prosperity. I always liken my kingdom to a businessman going on a far venture, or a man who saw a field with treasures in it and hid the treasures and went and sold everything he had to go back and buy. I've always told you how my kingdom functions. And it was never for you to go do a service or a job for somebody else. Never. Because in doing so, you would become unavailable to me. you would become unavailable to me. And why they didn't tricked us and bamboozled us to look to them for wealth, took our eyes off of the prize. The one who said, I've given you the power to get wealth, and I will bless the work of your hands. And you wonder why hands ain't blessed and why we ain't got no power to get wealth? Because we trying to build another man's wealth. Therefore, we out of position. We trying to be in another system. Therefore, we out of position. Do you know that you was fully loaded when you entered into space and time and matter? That everything that you needed on the inside of you is on the inside of you to take care and sustain your family. It says a wise man and a wise woman, or a wise woman, man not meaning gender, man being the child of the Most High God. A wise man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. You're supposed to be building generational wealth for 2 generations. And the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the just. Why did that scripture go hand in hand? People will pick apart what they want and try to apply it. No, it goes together. A wise man leaves an inheritance. That word inheritance is land. What did Moses and them have? A lot of land. Isaac, land. Jacob, land. David, land. Territory. A wise man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, grandchildren. And the wealth of the wicked is stored up for that man. Notice he said stored up, meaning you got to get up and go get it. All this magician, magical stuff that we've been taught to believe will slap your neighbor a high five and the Lord gonna bless you. It don't work like that. That's why a lot of people don't. Want to know what the purpose-driven payday is? Taking what God put on the inside of you and paying yourself according to the value and the purpose that he has put on the inside of you, because he put a solution to other people's problems on the inside of you. Whether that's styling them, whether that's encouraging them, whether that's showing them how to cook, whether that's showing them how to sew, whether that's showing them how to do accounting, whether that's showing them how to budget. He put a purpose that the whole entire world would need on the inside of you. That's why he said you will lend to many and never borrow, because what I put on the inside of you. When I settled for handouts, that's what I got. $456 and $700 a month in food stamps. But when I tapped into my purpose, I done made 100K paydays for 1 days of work over and over. I'm going to show y'all. I'm at 150,000 in a day. That's a purpose-driven payday. And that is what God is saying to his people who have an ear to hear. Everybody don't belong to him, but you can. But I'm only here for those that are sent to get into proper alignment and follow the leading of the Lord. And do what he has called you to do. Because he put a servant in your path to show you how to do that. I'm his servant. I belong to him. My life don't belong to me, because if it did, I'll be doing something else. I'll probably be doing me. 9 times out of 10, I will be doing me. But because he's doing me, I'm here showing up for those that is ready to get into position. So as I stated, I'm going to put my email up here. You want to be a part of the purpose-driven payday, where you can learn how to invest 1,000 and reap 1,000,000 within a matter of weeks. Then I'm here to serve you, because we ain't got time. We wasted too much time. You need to be in position right now, making what you need to make and going to go buy and do what you need to do to preserve your family before the boo-boo hits the fan. That's a nice word. For the dookie hits the fan. Okay? And it's coming. Y'all have a blessed evening. I love y'all over here. Same thing over here on Instagram. You interested in serving you and having you a U-turn and doing something that's going to keep your children out of the system of the beast? Then I'm here to serve you. And if you're not, then when you hear me come by here, it's going to be for the same thing. The message ain't going to ever change. The message ain't going to ever change. I'm not going to quit sounding this alarm until he tell me that's enough. And then we going to move right on along to plan B or whatever other plan D, E, whatever plan I'm on. So if you're interested, hit me up. All right. Peace out. All right, y'all over here. I'm out. Same thing goes for over here. I think I got 5 spots left for those who want to work with me. 5 spots left for those who want to work with me. The Lord told me to build a government of 12. So I have lots of information for $1 million people. It's too much for me. So I need some assistance to not only assist me, I need some assistance to assist the clients and the corporate clients and customers and coaches that will come in. And I want to show you which way you can assist them and build you $10,000, $20,000 clients in as little as 2 or 3 weeks. It's that simple. So I have 5 spots left at that. If you want to get in the purpose-driven payday, it's still $1,000 up until tomorrow. And then it goes to 15, back to 15. So whenever they try to come out and do an independent sale or something, I always come to disrupt that. You want to get free, get financially free. How about that? That's real independence. Why set my family up? Forget your hot dogs and barbecue and Star Spangled Banner clothing. Forget all of that. Been doing that for years. Repeating cycles. Going insane. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Insanity. We're not doing it. Hey, Annie, I love you. Or if you want to be a part of the Pioneers 12, Team 12, that will be able to help me assist clients and coaches, high-ticketed clients and coaches. That's the best route to take. Why? Because you have access to the information that I'm charging in different groups. You have that access. Why? Because you're assisting me. Okay? Because you're assisting me. So not only are you assisting me, you assisting the people I'm bringing in. That's a twofold reward. And you get information to what millionaires have done and are doing. I already got the programs and the information. I just need the team. With that being said, so I got 5 more spots, $1,500 investment. You can get your money back off of me. Quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. Not to mention my clients. And you see who I'm working with and who I work with. Corporate clients. And you will continue to see where I'm going. By the grace of God. That all by itself is way more worth the value of your investment. It's going to yield you a return. So if you're interested in either one of those, email me. With that being said, love y'all. Stay woke. Do something today, not tomorrow. Do something today, not tomorrow. And before I go, because I want to say this, y'all better watch the power and the internet. Because they've been doing some real creepy stuff. Some real crazy, creepy stuff with these phones, with this internet, with these TVs, with the satellites. Y'all watch it. Okay? Y'all watch that. That's all I'm going to say with that. Hello, Chris 2. I'm out. Hello and good night.